Are you close to someone who does not share your value to declutter and simplify and is driving you nuts? Well, I live with one, so stay tuned to learn some tips to share space with a clutterer and also some lessons that I learned from living with my husband, the clutterer. Welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, and if you're feeling overwhelmed and tired and would like tips about simple and healthy living, then spend some time with me. They say opposites attract, and in terms of our tolerance for clutter, I would say that is true of me and my husband. Mostly, I can easily part with items that have no sentimental value at all, but my husband, he likes to keep things. First off, in his defense, my husband is not a slob most of the time. He just has a hard time getting rid of things, even when they serve no purpose at all, such as this old mission project that he helped our daughter with when she was in 5th grade. She is now 26. Yes, he did put a lot of effort into it, but I would have dumped it, especially since my daughter doesn't want it. So to respect my husband and not jeopardize our relationship, here are some tips that have helped me live with his clutter, and then some lessons I learned from living with him that have helped me view things. First, try and understand them. Let's go ask him. Hi, so this is my husband, Jeff. He has agreed to come onto this video with me and just talk about his thoughts about clutter and decluttering. So hi, Jeff.
Hello.
All right, so I have a couple questions for you and to help me understand you better. So first question is, what do you think of clutter?
Yeah, I don't like clutter. I like open space. I think it's more relaxing to have some open space. I don't think anybody likes clutter, so yeah, I don't like it.
Okay, that's good to know. But then my second question is, you know how sometimes like I want to get rid of stuff and you're saying, oh, no, we need to keep that. And so you take it up to your man cave. So your man cave has a lot of stuff. So tell me your thought process when you take a lot of stuff into your now pretty full man cave.
Well, I think of that as storage, sort of, / my office, and nobody really sees it up there, so except me. So I just need enough space to work on my computer, and so I'm not too bothered by it. I think it would, of course, it would be nice to have it, clean and organized, but I don't want to put the time in. Okay, but what do you think of my style of decluttering? How I just get into my throw things away mood, and I like to declutter, and you know that. So what do you think of that? No, I think it's nice to have that space. One thing I will say about the office is I do have memorabilia up there, and so I like to see things from my past. And I know that's probably clutter, but for me it brings back good memories. I wouldn't want to get rid of all that. But then there is stuff that we just store up there because it's convenient and we're in a hurry. So yeah, it might be nice to clear some of that. Okay, you heard it here. He would like to get rid of some of that. So anyway, so thank you for talking to me and answering my questions and being on my video. All right, let's keep going. So over the years, I learned that he likes to keep things for the memories. And there's the just in case situations, which I know I have my areas too. Next, I give him space to keep his stuff. He has his man cave, that's a room out in the garage, where I tell him that if he wants to keep stuff and it fits, then go for it. But I will admit that I have a hard time going in there because I feel trapped by stuff. But that's his space, or lack of space, and he has given me the rest of the house to declutter and organize the way I like, so I really can't complain. Third, when I do clear things out, I do show him the stuff that I intend to toss or donate. Stuff that I think he will care about, like his clothes and personal items. And he can further sort and decide to keep some things or let me get rid of them. I practice the method where when I buy clothes, I am getting rid of other pieces to have room. So I encourage him to do that. So when his drawers are hard to close, I tell him that it's time to declutter. Fourth tip. Set boundaries.
I can't expect my husband to live up to my expectations of simplification, but I do have a limit to what I feel comfortable with. So over the 30 years of our marriage, I have defined and redefined what I would like, such as shoes in the designated space, clothes in the hamper, not the floor, and the clean kitchen island. And what I appreciate about my husband is that he does try, and most of the time will keep spaces clear after I organize them. And using the container method has really helped to define and for both of us to contain the clutter in many areas of our house. If you want to know what the container method is, watch the video that I will link in the description below. And fifth, remind myself that my love for my husband is not based on his stuff and inability to part with stuff. Does it bother me that he wants to keep a bunch of random things that lost their purpose? Yes, but that saying one man's junk is another man's treasure or something like that is true. I mean, I have kept my Alice in Wonderland doll because it means a lot to me. My husband doesn't care for it, but he doesn't give me a hard time for keeping it. He doesn't give me a hard time for keeping anything as much as I give him. So I just have to let some things go and not let my need for simplicity and order dictate his character, hence his man cave, where no rules of decluttering apply. And I would like to think that my husband has learned the benefits of organizing, decluttering, and simplifying for me. And I have learned some things from my husband that have actually helped me keep calm and sane when I want order and simplicity. So here are a few lessons I have learned. Lesson 1. Respect one another's tolerance for clutter. I will admit that I can get a little carried away when it comes to simplifying and decluttering, meaning I can get so caught up in decluttering because I enjoy it so much and find that it helps me to relieve stress that I just assume everyone else does, and often forget how my relentless quest for simplicity does not take into consideration the needs of others around me, including my family. I had items where I would be in my throw things away mood and pile things to toss and donate, but not ask my husband or my kids for their input. So I learned that instead of making everyone conform to my standards, I would ask for input and allow the other person to simplify the way they are comfortable. Lesson number 2, there's no one correct way to organize. Let some expectations go. When it comes to personal spaces, I had to let go of expectations and let the other person do things the way they want to, even when I did not agree. For example, I love it when my clothes are neatly hung and folded and organized by color and style of clothing. And for a short time, I would help my husband fold and organize his clothes, but to save time, I asked him to fold and put away his own clothes, thinking he would keep up with my wonderful way of organizing his clothes. But nope. So unless I am willing to fold them for him, this was not going to happen. So instead of letting it drive me batty, I just thought, if that's how he wants to roll, then I am not going to make him do it my way. I will just not look at his drawers. Lesson number 3. Our relationship is more important than an organized house. Will I forever try to get him to be more organized and simplify? Yep. But he has also taught me that sometimes the time I take to declutter can be shortened so we can do other things. Do you live with or are close with someone who does not value or want to declutter the way you do? Does this cause conflict in your relationship? What can you do? Let us know in the comments below. Please remember to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Until then, stay healthy and live simply. If you would like to learn about some ways to simplify your life, watch this video next. See you over there.